It helps us out. Rate the show. iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, our YouTube channel, and SoundCloud as well as all our platforms you guys can catch Sportscast at. Again, make sure you guys spread the word and download the show. Right now, we've got a special guest on the line with us. She is already with us. Let me bring her on. Ashley, are you with us?
Hey, guys.
How are you?
What's up?
How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
We're doing fantastic.
We're doing a lot better now that you're on the phone.
Yeah, Miss August.
Oh, guys, that's awesome.
Got you up in the back. Again, you guys can follow Ashley. What is your Twitter, Ash? Let me see here. What's your Twitter, Ash?
It's you guys can put on the search bar Ashley Rodriguez Official, or my actual handle is ASHRDZ Official.
There we go. And same thing, I think, with Instagram as well. Again, Ashley, glad to have you back on the show. You can find her on ESPN Deportes. That's where you see her new. You can hear the nice tones of Ashley Rodriguez.
Right. How is that going? How's the show going? It looks like it's doing really well.
Yeah, it's going great. Yeah, it's definitely. I still find myself pinching myself, every morning as I'm going to work, and being able to have my own show and, just talk about sports is awesome.
Yeah, well, you realize that Sportscast was the springboard to your stardom, like everybody else's. You do understand that, right? So just please don't big time us when you're doing, NFL games. Bowl, right? When you're doing play-by-play for NFL games. Just please remember us, okay?
Oh, of course.
Hey, well, I want to pick your brain a little bit on a couple of the topics going around the sports world right now. Obviously, the big topic at hand is
this is Ashley Rodriguez Unfiltered, guys. So you guys can take advantage of this.
All right, that is fantastic. All right, well, being unfiltered, is Odell Beckham as big a little bitch as I think he is?
Oh, my goodness. That's very unfiltered.
We're going to hit you. You open the door. You open the door. We kicked it in. It's just Sportscast.
Okay, I'll put it in nicer terms. Is Odell Beckham as little a whiner and drama queen as I think he is?
A couple of weeks ago, guys, in reference to Odell Beckham, nothing against the guy. I enjoy watching him play. I do think that he is very talented. I don't know if you saw the headlines a couple of weeks ago, or almost about a month ago, really, when he said that he wanted to be the highest paid player in the NFL. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big, but I just, let me just leave it at this. Again, unfiltered, I think that you should just dominate your position before you want to dominate the whole NFL. So
well said.
That can kind of go in reference to where you're heading at.
Yeah, no, I could. It's very well stated.
So come on, Ashley, come on. He was supposedly hurt, and he's running to the locker room, on the hurt leg, and all of a sudden he realizes there's a camera, and 10 feet before he disappears into the locker room, he drops down on all fours like he was shot like a soccer player. I mean, come on, Ronnie Lott would have just killed him for doing something like that. What's your take on that?
The guy lives in New York. He has a flair for the dramatic.
Yeah.
He's inspired by Broadway, guys. I think it's all good.
He's looking out for his second career, so when he gets out of football, you
should have given him a Tony Award for that kind of crap. But Ashley, what's up with the Astros? They've kind of plateaued out. They didn't make any moves at the deadline.
Injuries.
What's the buzz around Houston? Because they were just all hellfire like the Dodgers are right now, and now they've kind of hit a flat spot for really basically 2 months. What's the feeling about the Astros going into the postseason right now?
Guys, that's a very good question. Something that I've asked myself, and I've also asked my listeners every day. When we last spoke, I had mentioned, these guys were at the top of the league. They were number one in the league.
Killing it.
And now, we've all seen them kind of, go on a decline here. I still think that they have a good chemistry. Like I said, this year, this team is very different from what we've seen in the last 5 years, and even from, when the Killer Bees were on the Astros. I think it really is a good time to be an Astros fan. But, of course there is some concern. And even as myself, outside of being a sports reporter, as a fan, I'm from Houston. I grew up watching the Astros, going to all the games. And there's nothing more than what I want for these guys to go to the World Series, to finally bring that title home and, to watch them kind of, be on and off and not be so consistent. It's a nail biter. And for me, like I said, I've spoken to some of the guys just because, they are friends, and I've, heard from the general manager, and, they're just trying out different strategic things here to kind of get back and get the ball rolling again, or in this case, hit it out of the park. And, it's tough, but I think it's better for it to happen now than in October.
So I'm sorry, Josh.
Can I just comment real quick, Knocker? Just because she's talking about the Astros, I just wanted to her point, like you said. It's a long season too, Ash. Like, the team's gonna plateau at some point. You're gonna have that 3 to 4 weeks where you're just playing 500 ball. But I think what the luxury that Houston has right now, as you were saying, is they built that big lead. They've got the luxury to kind of be able to figure this thing out before the playoffs come. So I think that does bode well in Houston's favor that they did build that big lead over the Angels in the West. So I think that I think it's a little worrisome, but I think, like you said, if this is happening into September, then we can begin to work.
What I was going to ask is kind of twofold. Is the Houston press a little different than maybe the New York press or the LA press? Because the LA press, if the Dodgers were going through the same slump as the Astros, excuse me, there'd be a lot of negative press. What's wrong? What do they need to do to fix it? And what I'm concerned about is what I did hear out of Houston at the deadline when they didn't make a move. I heard a couple of players chirping saying, are the owners committed? I mean, we're having a good season, but they didn't do anything. Is there negative press and is there some negative chemistry maybe on that team to where they don't feel the owners are 100% behind them?
Right. So I can imagine the player that you're referencing to is the leading pitcher, Dallas Keuchel. And,
right.
I can speak firsthand on this, and no, there isn't any bad blood there between Dallas and the general manager, Jeff Luhnow. If anything, Jeff Luhnow went on air and he spoke about this publicly about, how there was a lot of things that he himself was upset about, and, in reference to the trade and everything that was going on. But at the end of the day, there was more of a financial standpoint that they did need to look out for. If you can imagine, over the past 5 years, like I said, we haven't had that supportive fan base because the team hasn't been exactly where it needs to be.
Right.
Now that these guys are skyrocketing this season, they've had a great season, they're starting to see a little bit of a difference, but not enough to be, I wouldn't say financially stable, because that's not what I'm saying, but more so, it's on their financial standpoint. And again, I don't have any insight on that. I don't know, how they're doing on that, but that's just from his words. And also, it is questionable because, if you're a starting player and Dallas was one of the people that was on the team 5 years ago, and he was speaking more from a, frustrating point of view.
Sure.
He's like, hey, I've been with this team starting off when they were the worst of the worst in the league. And, I don't just want to, see it through the season. I want to, win that title, be the best.
Right.
And one of the things that my co-host, Mario, and I were talking about, he's like, yeah, because he's a Dodgers fan. He's actually from Los Angeles. And he's like, yeah, Ashley, no. He's like, the Dodgers and the Astros and the World Series, and it'd be great. And, but your Astros, like I said, they've been on a decline. And I said, you know what, Mario, this isn't about being the best of the worst. This is about being the best of the best.
Right.
We can't just be good this season. I hope that the Astros take this and run with it and continue to better. And I think that eventually, you know, that's what they're going to try to do. And I know that some of the players might not see that right away. And I think after all of this kind of hushed down a little bit, you know, they kind of saw eye to eye and they're like, okay, maybe these guys are on our side.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's turn a corner here.
Yeah, I want to ask
Houston Texans football.
Well, can I flip it on one more page?
Sure.
Instead of football, I want to know how excited Houston and the city, or just the state of Texas, is to have Chris Paul in a. I mean,
wow.
I haven't talked to her. I haven't talked to her since Chris Paul coming over to the Rockets. What's the buzz? Yeah, what's the buzz around Houston this year? We just saw, you know, Kyrie Irving getting traded to the Celtics. You know, players are moving in the NBA. You guys have now got, you know, 2 Hall of Famers potentially on your team now, a great nucleus of players. How pumped is the city of Houston for the Rockets right now?
Oh, my gosh, we are so excited. I know that, you know, James Harden just signed a 6-year contract with the Houston Rockets, and, of course, there's a lot of, you know, commotion going on, especially after Leslie Alexander said that he was going to sell the team. I think that he's an amazing owner. But, you know, aside from that, in addition to all of this and having him be one of the decision makers to bring in CP3 is amazing. I'm actually very excited. I actually thought that Blake Griffin was also going to be part of the team as well. I thought that they were going to trade these guys for, you know, this dynamic duo from the Clippers. But, you know, having CP3 on, they actually had a rally here in Houston not too long ago welcoming Chris Paul. And there was over 7,000 people, and it was, of course, all free access. But to have that, you know, on a weekday, at work hours it was from like 1 to 4, I believe, and you know, having everybody show up and be so supportive. You know, he gave a press conference, and in the big screens in the court, you know, he was addressing the press, and then everybody afterwards, you know, was able to see him, and you know, there was music and food, and you know, he was just interacting with the Houston crowd. It was awesome.
Cool. Okay, Houston Texans. Can Tom Savage get them to the Super Bowl? I mean, they're just that one position on that team that they just cannot solidify is the quarterback. I mean, they spent all that money on Osweiler. He didn't last a year. They haven't had a legitimate quarterback since David Carr. Savage is now the starter down there. They seem to have all the pieces around the quarterback. What's the feeling down there? Is there frustration? Should they have drafted Deshaun Watson if they had a chance, traded up to get one of these top 2 quarterbacks? What's the feeling down there as far as that position for the Houston Texans?
You know, I think that it's always going to be questionable until a quarterback proves himself. And it's not just for one game, because we've learned that a quarterback has a good game, and everyone's like, "Oh man,
yeah, it was the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Calm down."
Totally fails, and everyone's like, "Oh man, f this guy. I'm totally off the bandwagon." So I mean, until a guy is consistent, and like I said, I think that's the key here in Houston, guys. It's just for the teams and the players to be consistent, and until, like I said, if you're not consistent, it's really hard to win over the crowd as a fan, and I think that that's the thing here. Now, we're still in preseason. Aside from the whole quarterback, I'm excited. I love football. Football is my number 1 sport. I'm so excited, you know, to finally have some football back in Houston, and I know that the fans are excited. I know that they're even more excited for Deshaun Watson. His first game in the NFL, you know, when he was in Carolina, you know, he proved himself he demonstrated.
He's electric, absolutely electric.
He didn't even look like he was nervous,
right.
guys. He didn't even look like he was a rookie in the NFL having his first game. That was so impressive. Like, forget everything else aside from the talent. He showed confidence, and I think that is the best thing that a quarterback coming into Houston can do, is just show confidence, because, you know, it's one thing to be, you know, a quarterback and to have that position, but now what this team really needs more than anything is a leader, and someone who not only is a leader by position, but a leader because he, you know, takes charge of his team and, you know, really runs with it here because it's tough. I'm telling you, if you're a quarterback in Houston, you're gonna get a lot of heat,
it's Texas football. I mean, it's embedded in you guys since you're little.
And I think that's all the Texans need. They need a guy
I was gonna
back
go there.
Their
Texans are stacked.
They just need
on
the
both
one
sides
guy,
of
and
the
I think
ball.
Watson's a guy. I really do.
You said, maybe he's not physically the best quarterback out there,
right?
But
he's electric. He's polarizing.
Yes, he's like a Jameis Winston guy that can bring the locker room together, even though he's only a rookie. And and she's right about that. All you need is that guy to just.
That's the only thing they're missing.
Get on my back. I got you. Get on my back, and I'll take you there. I might lose, but I'm going to try my damn hardest, and I'll own up to it, and I'll be back next week.
And that division is vulnerable. That division is ripe for the
Andrew Luck's not
picking
going to come back 100%.
For the Texans.
I mean, it's right there, And Ashley, again, I appreciate you calling in right now. Again, we have Ashley Rodriguez from ESPN Deportes, former Texans cheerleader. Switching a little bit of the tape here, Knocker. I just want to get a thought. I know we got the big fight coming up on Saturday, Ashley. Will you be watching
Ash, what's up?
McGregor versus Mayweather this weekend, and who do you like in the fight?
Oh my gosh! I think you mean circus, guys. This isn't even a fight. This is
That's awesome.
Odell Beckham Jr. in that too, and have the cherry on top of the show. But,
wow,
man,
Odell
seriously.
At first, because when they first started announcing this fight, I was actually in Vegas for the Canelo and Julio Cesar Chavez fight. It was at the same time. So as soon as they ended that fight, I believe it was like a day later or 2 days later when I heard around Vegas that they were already, starting to promote this fight coming in here, which was originally going to be in Dallas, I believe. But anyways, I was like, oh, Mayweather's totally going to take this one. But now, I don't know. I'm telling you,
they're doing a great PR job with this. They really are doing a great promotional job with this.
I'm telling you, I was sold on Mayweather team on this one, but I was sold on it. And then, after kind of seeing the fight and the PR and all of this go on and the back and forth between him and McGregor, I was like, man, I don't know. I'm just excited to see it because after everything is said and done, I think this is more a show than it is a fight. At the end of the day, I just want to see what happens.
Right. Okay, it's just something to see. Like you said, it's just going to be something that it's going to be different, and that's what makes it great. But like you said, Ash, I was Mayweather's corner this whole time, but as it gets closer,
little doubt,
it's creeper and creeper. It's right there, and I just hope it's a good fight. But like you said, it is a goddamn circus.
Okay, now important stuff.
So we got to finish this out. Go ahead,
Ashley. What's the last movie you went to go see?
Oh my goodness. Guys, I don't even remember.
Oh, come on.
I haven't
lie.
You got to get out there.
Come on.
Come on.
I know. I need to get out more, but I haven't been to the movies in a hot minute.
Okay, what's the last concert you went to?
Movie. The what?
What's the last concert you went to?
Oh my gosh.
She doesn't go out.
You're killing me, Ash. You're killing me.
She doesn't go out.
No.
You're killing me. What's the last dinner you prepared for somebody?
Oh, okay. Well, that's just the grilled chicken that I do for meal prep.
George Foreman grilled chicken. Okay, that's pretty boring. Thanks a lot for that. What's your favorite song right now? What's the song that you're blasting and singing and you don't care if anybody sees you?
Right now it's still Lil Jon, Turn Down for What. I think now that football season is back.
Oh my God, Ash, that's great.
I really think that song always gets me
I could
going.
totally see her, dude, on the way home from work.
That's what I want to see. Just
turn down for
batting
what,
her head
dude,
back and forth, just windows down.
Well, hey, Ash, dude, we really appreciate you coming out. You're a fan favorite of both of ours, and we support you in everything you do. And if there's anything you need us to do in the future for you, just let us know. We are here to support you. So again, we'll talk to you when the football season gets going here. But we wish you nothing but the best, and it was a goddamn pleasure.
Shout out
to
your
you
show,
once again.
everything, pump it up.
Yeah.
What you got?
Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Well, hey, Ash,
pump your show up, man. Where can they find you?
Yeah. What time are you on ESPN Deportes?
Yes, so I'm on Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, it's a good show. You guys should tune in.
It is. It's great stuff. Again, follow her on all of her social media platforms. And again, Ashley Rodriguez, we appreciate it.
You're a sweetheart. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, you have a good weekend. We love you, man.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Oh, did you see my mic just went up? If you saw it on camera,
did it just bounce up a couple more inches?
It went.
Inches?
I was about to hang up, and I was like, no.
That is so disgusting. That is so wrong.
It's so good.
All right, where are we, man? Okay, 6:52.
Well, I've got calls lined up because O-Dog was hitting me up. I don't want him to interrupt Corrado coming up here after this break, so he's gonna call. I told him I'll give you the whole last half hour.
7:38.
So we can bitch slap him around. We can just bitch slap him around for 30 minutes.
We're just gonna bitch slap him around.
Bitch slap him right around Knocker.
Just gonna get the leather whips out and just whip his ass.
That's right. Well, let's get to a little bit of this here real quick.
'Cause you had a bad day.
B-Knock. It just seems like every day's a bad day for Tiger Woods lately.
Oh, man.
Guy can't seem to buy a break knocker. Now we have naked photos.
You know, Judas Iscariot had a better fall from grace than this guy's having right now.
We have, again, Lindsey Vonn, his former girlfriend and professional Olympic skier knocker, and Tiger Woods. Nude photos were hacked and released, knocker. Here's just a couple previews, again, for the kiddies at home. I have
She's a hottie.
I have emojis over the prior. Okay,
she's a hottie, though.
We're a kid's show, but knocker, here's one of them.
Oh!
There's one. A little selfie of the butt.
Talk about downhill running.
A little booty. Not bad, right? I mean,
smoking hot.
Right there. Okay, and here's a little frontal for you. There you go.
What's up, Tiger? What's
I
up with the shoes?
Yeah, see, I'm going there too.
Why you got the shoes on, homie?
She's got like the Marty McFly new Nikes on. I don't know what those are. You know? And all I gotta say is they could have picked a better emoji to put there.
Right?
It kind of looks like you know. I don't know, but those are the pictures. You can check them out on our website. We have them up there for all you perverts.
Tiger, how did you ever let that go? I mean, seriously.
But
dude.
knocker, you know, when someone gets you pics,
right?
And you're naked, it's just
'cause you had a bad day.
Bad day for those ones right there. All right, B-Knock, and let's you know what? Let's get to break because I want to make sure Corrado's on. I like how we're rolling here. We're just rolling right through.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Do we have a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting some texts and I'm getting some questions. The current LA Dodgers.
Yes.
And the Big Red Machine.
Who's a better
back
lineup?
In the 70s.
The murder. Yeah, I know. I've heard this.
What is a better team?
Well, let's pull this up.
It's kind of hard for you because you obviously you weren't born. You didn't live through that.
I know the players though. So let me just pull this up real quick.
We're talking.
What's the year of that Reds team?
76 Reds.
Reds 76 lineup.
They rolled through the Yankees. They swept the Yankees
right
4 straight. And that was the Reggie Jackson Yankees, who the next 2 years beat the Dodgers.
1976.
The 76 Reds.
Okay, the 76 Reds. Let me see if
that's the last time a National League team has gone back to back.
Okay,
also
this is
in the World Series.
This is the team here. Okay, leading off Johnny Bench. Number 2,
Catcher.
you had Tony Perez. Number
First base.
Batting 3 at second base, Joe Morgan.
Right.
Number 4, batting cleanup at shortstop, Dave
well, no,
Concepcion.
that's just the positions. That's not the batting order, but David Concepcion was the shortstop. They're just doing positions.
Pete Rose
playing third base.
George Foster at left field.
55 home runs, no steroids.
Cesar
Geronimo in center field.
Ken Griffey Sr. in right field.
Dude.
Now let me pull up the Dodgers here. Let's see.
Dude.
Got the Dodgers 2000, I guess it would be the 2017 roster, right? Lineup. 2000.
That's 4 Hall of Famers, and there would be more, but they didn't want to put more in the Hall of Fame because it's all on one team.
Okay, and
it's kind of like the Steelers
here's the Dodgers
thing.
starting lineup.
Right.
Okay, you have Chris Taylor, and at bat leading off, number 2 Corey Seager, number 3 Justin Turner, number 4 Cody Bellinger. Let's see, who else do you have here?
The problem with the Dodgers, I need more years.
You got
Grandal and Johnny Bench. Hello.
You got Yasiel Puig, Adrian Gonzalez.
I'm taking the Reds.
I'm taking the Reds
every
too.
single position. They won 102 games, and they just dominated.
I think a couple of these players on the Dodgers, I'm not going to take anything away what they're doing.
Well, talk to me 4 years from now.
A lot of these players could just be 1 year. Like Chris Taylor, this is the first time Chris Taylor has done this before. Same thing with Cody Bellinger.
Right.
I mean, this is a 1 year thing here for him. But
That
their
Reds
team is goddamn
that
stacked.
Reds team was absolutely unfreaking believable to watch.
I mean, then
man.
you had on the bench.
And kudos to the Dodgers.
Dan Dreesen on the bench.
Right.
You had Bill Plummer, Mike Learn. You had Joel Youngblood on the bench too.
Gullett
Don
was
Werner,
the starting pitcher. They had
Ed
great
Ambrose,
starting pitchers.
Yeah, you had Gary Nolan, Pat Zachary, Jack Billingham, Frank Norman.
Yep.
Don Gullett, Santo.
Don Gullett. Gullett threw 102.
Pedro Bourbon.
Yeah. Bourbon was awesome. You would have loved Pedro Bourbon.
Yeah.
You would have loved him because he had his hat sideways.
Oh, yeah, I like this guy.
Right?
I got a picture
You
of
would
him.
have loved his attitude because he's so you.
Up,
yeah.
6'2", 185, right at my weight there.
The 76 Reds for National League, that might be the best team ever produced by the National League.
Dominican. All right, Doc, we got to get
Dodgers
to the
are good, but show me.
All right, let us know, guys. What do you think? Who's better, Murderers Row, as far as lineups go? 2017 Dodgers, 1976 Reds.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. Tweet us, Real Josh Pacheco, at Bud Knocker on Twitter. Knocker, what's your song? Because I need to pull it up. What is it?
We're gonna go smoking.
Smoking?
Yes.
Just called Smoking.
Smoking by Boston.
By Boston. Okay, got it. Lined up for you. Anything you want to say about the song?
You know what? 1976, Hotel California, and Boston's first album came out at the same time. What a time to be alive. What an absolute great time to be alive, man.
Yep, and we got Corrado. I think that's you who just called in, so just wait.
Just hold up.
Just hold up. We're just going to play a song on the break here and get Smoking by Boston. Knocker's song.
I told you 7:05, damn it.
You said Philly.
You frickin' Philly people.
Oh, my God. All right, Knock. We'll be back right after this.